why do you bring your own lunch, instead of eating the ones they give us?
Well, see, that goes back to when I was a boy.
Back then, I had one friend. I may have hung out with a few other guys, but this one boy was my only real friend. He was rather introverted, generally averse towards other people. I was the only person who he would allow into his life. When he opened up to you, if he opened up to you, he was actually a rather fun kid to be around. He was willing to try anything, as long as it sounded like it could be fun. Anyhow, outside of those few instances, he wasn't really happy per se. His family wasn't well off, and that certainly was part of it. So I started bringing my own lunch as to avoid the horrendous lunch lines so that he wouldn't have to sit alone for that long.
So, why do you cut it in half though?
Well, you should ask that actually.
I told you that my friend's parents weren't well off, right? Well, to be specific, his mother worked at home as a seamstress and his father was a grocer at a supermarket, working late hours and overtime. Neither were well off and barely pulled enough to survive, hardly keeping up with their outlying debt.
His parents were not able to originally afford their home, so they had to constantly take out loans in order to keep things afloat. Mind you, they would never actually own their own home. They had rented under a landlord, and they continued to take out loans. They never did pay off those loans. It turns out that the man they were taking loans from was a loan shark, and he himself had never actually paid off his own rates.
That's why his family struggled, and because of that, they couldn't afford to pay for his lunch. Unfortunately, he was also uncomfortable charging the school lunch, so he simply didn't eat. Because of this, I had my sandwich cut in half each morning, so I could bring it in for him to share and actually eat something in the day. This had more than a drastic effect on his day-to-day life. He became more outgoing and a better student. Soon enough, he got involved in school clubs and made more friends.
So, but why do you use white bread though?
Well, see, that's how my friend liked it, or how he had liked it.
Oh. I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, no need to be sorry. I'm sure he's still alive. As far as I'm aware, he's still alive. Trying to do anything he can with his life.
You see, as we got into high school, he got involved with some bad people, leading him into more trouble than he could handle. He resented the system, as he called it. If you had seen him at that time, you might have referred to him as a thug. He got into trouble with the law on multiple occasions, none of them ending well. His parents were at their wits' end with him, unsure of how to help him through this. He certainly wasn't passing high school, though I never did get to find out if he got his stuff together at the end of it. Early on in junior year, his parents moved far away, and I never did see him again.
To this day, I wonder about how he managed, Through everything I've heard, nothing good comes up. And that's why I personally haven't ever gone out and looked for him, because I'm afraid of what I might find. Well, my break is over. See you around.